Hello friends, I thought I'd start off this vlog with some updates from the homestead, and let's start off with an update from Mr. Beau here. He has really adapted well to coming into the house. Anytime it looks like it's going to rain or starts to sprinkle, he'll come up on the back step and wait for you to open the door, and he comes right in. And then when he feels like he's ready to go back out, you open up the door and he goes back out. There are times though when you open up the door and say, "Come on, Beau, let's go out," and he just looks at you like, "No, not gonna do it." Last night it wasn't storming or anything, and after we got done with evening chores, obviously he has an itch. He just followed me right in the house. He spent the night with us last night in the entryway. And he remarkably has never gone potty in the house. He just seems to know. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He seems to just know that you shouldn't go potty in the house. And we even left him in the house on Sunday because it was kind of rainy and kind of cold on Sunday. And he had spent the Saturday night in the house. He wasn't ready to leave the house in the morning, and so we left him till we got home from church, and there was no accidents in the house at all. So he's a really good boy, and he's doing really well. And the update on Chicken Kitty, or Chicken Cat, she is getting more tame. She knows now when we have food, and this morning when I fed her, she sat within about a foot of me, and she didn't run away. I did not try to pet her, but she just sat there, and as soon as I walked away, she started eating the food. So she is starting to tame down, and maybe in a week or so she might let us touch her. I don't know. It's a very slow process with feral cats. Update on the plants. These are all the peas, the sweet peas that I transplanted last week. I still need to get a tomato cage for this pot, but they're all doing really well. This one's actually starting to vine like it's supposed to, and none of them are dying, which they said that, you know, sometimes it's hard to transplant peas because they don't really like to be transplanted. They did look pretty droopy for a few days, but they're actually doing really well. Now, whether they actually produce any vegetable, that is yet to be seen, but they're doing really well. Oliver, stop it. Every day, every morning, I put my plants outside, the ones that I bought from the greenhouse. I'm gonna have to close this door. He's pushing this screen out. Hold on. That will not make Scott happy that he's pushing that screen out. Anyway, I put the flowers that I got from the greenhouse, I take them in the house at night because I'm still not convinced it's not going to frost. And so, yeah, so for the next probably week, I'm going to continue to bring them out during the daytime and take them back in at night. And these are the plants that I started in the greenhouse, or my light table downstairs, I mean. I'm trying to get them hardened off so that I can transplant those outside soon. There's wasps out here, that's why I'm like, ah. This is my lettuce. I think it needs to go over in the shade a little bit. There, I don't want it to get burnt, sunburnt. Yeah, so all these things I'm going to transplant eventually. And that spinach is not doing well at all. I'm not happy with it. So, I don't know. I might have to direct sow seeds into the pot that I'm planting to have spinach in, or I might just have to give up on it. Those seeds are just not good. And then my begonia, I bring this in every night as well, and it's doing really well. I looked up online, and it said you do not need to deadhead them, but you can if you want to keep it looking neat and tidy. So every day I've been trying to take the dead ones off. I did notice that the yellow ones are the ones that you can see, like when the flower starts to die, It gets this brown tinge to it, which you don't notice as much in the other colors, but the yellow ones do show that quite a bit. So when they start to look really bad, I just go ahead and pull them off. But yeah, you're not supposed to have to deadhead them. It's not required. So that's good, because that's a pain. And I am going to try to winter this over in the house, because they also said you could do that. And so yeah, that's my plans, is to bring this in the house and winter it over and see if it'll look pretty next year as well. This is the strawberry bed. Olivia has been out here working in it, as you can tell. She moved the containers out of it. There were a few strawberries that were, escaping the boundary, and she transplanted those in. And then you can, I don't know, you can't really see, but she planted the 2 strawberries that we got from the greenhouse. She planted those in here already. And look how many blooms. It is just absolutely wonderful. I love how well my strawberry patch does. I was suggested by one of you to transplant these peonies somewhere else, and I am going to do that, but I don't want to do it right now while the strawberries are in full bloom. I'm not sure when the best time it is to transplant peonies. I'm going to have to look that up. But if it's in the fall, I will wait till the fall. If it's like first thing in the spring, it's going to have to wait till next spring. But I am going to transplant them. I do know they like full sun. That's why I thought they would do well out here. But there's something lacking in the soil, maybe. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that, because I would really love them to actually bloom and thrive and do well, and they're just not doing well in this spot. An update that's maybe a little bit more on the sad side. Well, it is more on the sad side. My crippled chicken, Virginia, you can kind of see her in there. She's laying down right there. She, for the best of my recollection, hatched out as a chick in 2014. So that would make her 9 years old, and that's old for a chicken. The normal lifespan of a chicken is 8 years. Most of mine live to be 10, anywhere between the 8 and 10 year mark, and she is 9, and she's not doing well. She's definitely showing her age. You can kind of tell in a chicken, they almost start to turn gray on their head. The feathers get really light, and that's what's happening with her. She's been really lethargic. Well, not really lethargic. Days where she's lethargic, other days when she acts normal. For the last couple of weeks now. And I know Grandma Chicken, who passed away a few months ago, that's what she did for several months, and then she ended up passing away. And so I know that Miss Virginia, her life is drawing to a close. Sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional. But it's the natural way of things, unfortunately. There's death in this world, and there's nothing you can do about it. When a creature reaches their natural lifespan, there's nothing you can do to stop it. So I'm just making her as comfortable as possible. I'm babying her a bit more and trying to spend as much time as I can with her. She might rally and live another year, who knows, but I just know that she's been really acting not herself. And before anybody says take her to the vet, there's really no vet around here that caters to chickens. So there's no place I can take her, and even if I could they would tell me the same thing, that that's just the natural end of her life, and they would probably suggest I euthanize her, and I don't want to do that. She's not suffering. She's just really slowing down. So anyway, that's the update on my sweet Virginia. This lone survivor of the massacre, the coon massacre, she's doing really well, and she hangs out here by the fence between where I call the other chicken Blackie, where Blackie's at, and we are eventually soon going to make it so that they can be together. Open up this part of the fence so that they can have free run of the whole thing, because I really think that they will do well together. Like I've said before, chickens are flock animals, and they really don't like being alone. The only reason why Virginia is alone is because we knew with her disability she would not be able to protect herself, and there's definitely a pecking order in chickens, and chickens can be quite mean to each other, and so we have kept her alone her whole life. She was a free-range chicken for the first year of her life, and then she had an accident and got injured, and so that's why she is my pet chicken now. But anyway, I guess I'll call this one Goldie. Goldie and Blackie eventually will be together. It's just a process where you kind of have to really watch them and make sure they're not, you know, picking on each other. And we just haven't had the time to devote to watching them very closely for several days. But as soon as we get a chance to do that, we are going to put them together. And the last update I have, homestead update I have, is the infamous coon attack. Scott had to really rig this trap. As you can see, he had to stake it to the ground, and he had to put wire around where the bait was kept, and keep it from escaping, because he tried 3 nights in a row and didn't catch anything. Once he did this to the trap, he 2 nights in a row caught 2 different coon, and he dispatched them so they cannot go and cause havoc with anyone else in any different neighborhood or back here again. And then, because the chickens got really upset with a coon caught in this trap, because he put the trap back at the scene of the crime so that he knew they would come back there. So after he caught the 2 coon, and the chickens and the ducks were so upset about it, he then moved the trap out here underneath this tree, thinking if there was a 3rd coon, they would come there to get it. And he caught a possum. He let the possum go because there was no evidence that the possum had anything to do with the crime committed, so he was not going to issue a death penalty to a creature that was innocent. So he did let the possum go, and then he put the trap back in there, and so far we have not caught anything else in it. Now, I did just notice that the bait, because he left bait out there, he used marshmallows actually. I just noticed that the bait's gone. So I'm gonna have to tell Scott that, and I don't know if there was something else that came back and was too light, like maybe a cat or something. Do cats eat marshmallows? I don't know. But something came back, took the bait, and didn't get caught. So I'm not sure what it was, but I will tell Scott about it, and he can check things out. Hopefully there's nothing living inside the blue house. I'm scared to look in there. I have not looked back in there since I discovered the massacre, because I don't want to find any more surprises, so I haven't looked in there. All right, that's it for the updates. I'm going to go in the house and work on some food prep. So let's go work on some food prep. My young laying hens have never had watermelon before, and as you saw in that previous clip, they really didn't know what to think of it, and they weren't real excited about going up next to it. So I went in and got some of their favorite treat, which are sunflower seeds, and I sprinkled the sunflower seeds onto the watermelon to try to let them realize, hey, this is a yummy treat and you don't have to be afraid of it. It kind of worked. I mean, once they ate all the sunflower seeds off of the melon, they kind of just continued to just walk away from it. But I think some of them did get actually a taste of the watermelon, so we'll see. Chickens are very wary creatures. They don't like change. They don't like things to be different. They like everything to stay the same. Maybe that's why I like chickens so much, because I kind of like my world to stay the same too. I'm not real fond of change either, but they'll have plenty of chances throughout the summer to learn to love watermelon. I also wanted to include in this vlog a couple of pictures of our lilac bushes. They are starting to bloom and they are so beautiful this year. I should say they're more like lilac trees because they're so big, but they sure do have beautiful flowers that smell so good. Beau. Good morning. Do you want to go outside? Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Come on. Do you want to come out? Come on. You don't want to go outside? It's a beautiful day. You want breakfast first? All right, let me get you some breakfast, then you gotta go outside. Ready to go out now, buddy? Yep, you were just waiting for breakfast. You are a smarty. You know that? You're a smarty. All right, go run, go play, go potty. I'll see you when I do chores. You're a good boy. I'm gonna make me a smoothie for lunch today. And so the first thing I'm gonna put in here is a frozen banana. I'm going to put in 2 scoops of this organic protein powder. It's natural, unsweetened. This 2 scoops is a serving. I found if I put enough protein in my smoothies, they keep me full for quite a long time. Then I'm going to put in 1 scoop of this PB Fit peanut butter powder. This is where I'm going to get the peanut flavor as well as more protein. Then for the chocolate, I just have some cocoa powder. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon in, and I'll adjust that if I think it needs more chocolate later. Then I'm going to use some of this Planet oat milk. I also will add more sweetener to it if I think it needs it. I'm going to put in a couple squirts of this stevia sweet drops to start with. And then if I think I need more, I will add some coconut sugar. So I'm going to blend this up, check the sweetness and all of that. I'm going to probably add some ice to it because I like my smoothies really thick. And we'll just adjust as we go. This is my friend's outfit that I was telling you about for her son's wedding. Isn't that pretty? It's fairly sparkly. This is the top, and then this is the pants that kind of look like a skirt. They have like this overlay that's sheer. So these are the pants. The top I don't have to alter at all, but the pants definitely need the bottoms shortened, and there's a lot of material here, so I'm gonna have to be really careful when I lay it out. I have to lay it out flat and smooth and even, and then I'm going to use that pencil, that fabric pencil, to mark where I want to cut. So let me get that going, and we'll work on this project today. I'm going to get this done. The wedding's the end of this month, and I just don't want to have to worry about this anymore or fret about it. I just want to get it done. Both pant legs cut down, and then I'm going to hem them with my sewing machine. I'm having a little bit of a challenge with this overlay because it's not a straight, it doesn't go straight across the bottom, it kind of curves. So I am not sure. I think theoretically, if I just measure from the hemline and make my little dashes and then cut it along those dashes, theoretically it should maintain the curve. I'm hoping. I'm hoping, and I'm cutting off extra, a little bit extra off of the overlay because it has a very, very tiny hem, so I don't have to leave as big of a seam allowance for the bottom. So, this makes me nervous. And if you're wondering, I'm dipping this pencil in water because otherwise it doesn't work very good. So I made my first mark there, and I'm measuring up 6 1/4. Make my dash. Like, I don't know if it's like an optical illusion, but I guess they wouldn't be straight if it's gonna follow a curve. So I think I'm just gonna have to make extra dashes on the this overlay just to make sure that I cut it straight. Ugh, I'm not a seamstress. This is challenging for me. Here goes nothing. I measured as carefully as I could. Oh, this makes me nervous. It's done. And Olivia says you can't even tell that it was altered. It's really hard to show it, but yeah, I did not show sewing this overlay because it was kind of a pain. but there's the hem on the pants, and then this is the hem on the overlay. So hopefully I measured correctly and the pants fit her. I'll have to let her come over and try them on again. I'm sure I didn't cut too much off. Hopefully I don't have to take any more up, like increase the hem. I think it's good. So yeah, good project done for the day. It took me a good 2 hours to do this, so two and a half hours to get it done. So anyway, yay, that project's done. What I got from Amazon. I ordered this a while ago and it came today. It's made out of metal. It's supposed to be like a stained glass thing, but I really don't think it's gonna have that effect. But that's okay. I'm a little disappointed in that, but it's just like a little wall hanging thing. Originally, I was thinking of hanging it up here in front of this window, kind of like that. But if it's not going to be a stained glass window, I might just hang this on my bedroom wall, because there's no point in it. It's not going to reflect light through. So yeah, I think I'm going to hang this on my bedroom wall instead. Isn't that cute? I'll go hang it and then I'll show you what it looks like. There you go. It looks really cute hanging there. I like that. I had to hang the nail behind that picture because it's got a long chain. I really like that. That's super cute. So even though it wasn't a sun catcher like I originally thought, it's still super cute. Because when I purchased it, I thought, well, if it's not exactly what I want, it would look cute hanging on my bedroom wall, and I was right. I actually moved it up just a little bit, and I think that looks even better. Alright friends, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video today. I hope you enjoyed spending the last couple of days with me as I got projects done around here and got my not vegetables, but mostly fruit ready for us to eat in the refrigerator, and all of the Homestead updates. Also, I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and check your subscription status on my channel. Just make sure you're still subscribed and make sure the bell is rung. I have noticed that my video viewage that's not a word, my views on my videos have gone down recently, just recently, within the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And I know there's been some other channels that I've watched that have mentioned that they are experiencing the same thing. We think maybe YouTube is doing something funky, but if you would just make sure that you're still subscribed to me and make sure that you are getting notified whenever I upload a new video, I would appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, friends. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll talk to you later, friends. Bye-bye.